Oh my god, DZAM? Are you serious? Coming in with a freaking $50 super chat before the stream even starts? Thank you, DZAM. Can we please get some... Wow. I'll be there. 2 seconds. Thank you, DZAM. Wow. Hey, traders. Welcome to episode 1090. Hope you're having a wonderful
Let's go.
Sunday. What's up, Christian man? Thank you for the 10 super chat and DZAM, really. Thank you. Now that I'm here. Very grateful for the that is not your first contribution, second, third, or fourth. So, thank you for your ongoing support. It means a lot, okay? Chi-Town, Jesus lady. Alright. So thank both of y'all. And just thanks for everyone being here. Alright, because it's Sunday, you could be doing anything, but you're here. And so we all understand that in less than 2 hours we will have our weekly candle close. That is just pure indecision candle at this time. People were, earlier just 2 days ago or so, you were looking like a bearish engulfing candle on the weekly, but it's just not the case right now. We're going to look at it. I'm going to look at the altcoins, where if you watched the stream yesterday, you know that there was definitely some opportunity out there, and its prices have only kind of gone up a little bit more since then. Not much, like at all really, but about the same, a little bit higher. So we broke the spine of the dragon, right? We've stayed above the Three Gorges Dam resistance, 11,463, very good. We created a bullish engulfing candle about 6 hours ago, and just not much follow through price action after that engulfing candle. With price action doing what it's done, looking at like Ethereum, that's actually helped Ethereum out a lot, and I'll go into it in a minute. But let's go to the daily real quick. Look, man, still inside the upsloping structure, right near the bottom of it. Okay, if you're in an uptrend and the trends to continue, that means lower risk areas versus up here. You know what's going to happen if Bitcoin goes up to 12,700? And is in this channel still. People will be saying, should I buy now? Unironically, it's going to be super triggering, right? Okay, so daily. Just remember what's going on. That mega channel we were in for over 10 weeks. You know, we've been chopping around, but definitely been regarding that old supply line as support resistance. As you can see, where traders have, since we broke back above that channel August 5th, we have not had one day where traders settled up lower or back inside the channel. So very good, I think. Just as you had, you know, this is like reiteration of yesterday, where we had bearish divergence on the RSI that is only manifested into triple RSI hidden bullish divergence if we pivot here off the three gorgeous damn support resistance from history, right? That's the big one. Like the strongest, most powerful support resistance in the history of Bitcoin, pretty much just based on the fact that we're like $11,600 plus, okay? So you pivot here, the hidden bullish divergence, if it starts playing out, well, then you're going to see 11,981. We know that we could start getting maturing hidden bullish divergence if the 4-hour classic bullish divergence really gets some fall through price action. We know it'll happen. Even the negative momentum on Bitcoin's daily will start waning finally. Again, we haven't seen positive momentum on Bitcoin on the daily since the 10th of this month. So it's been about 2 weeks. Looking for something, man. We're thirsty. Major uptrends. Major resistance is broken and back tested now for the second week in a row. So remember, 3 weeks ago, pretty much, we broke out. Historical breakout for the first time ever. Last week, we had a historical back test of that resistance as support. First time ever. And now we're just continuing that history. Or doing once more back testing. Really trying to stay above it, which is good. And what's even better on the weekly is the fact there's no buyer exhaustion. These are reiterations of the analysis from yesterday, whatever. Nothing's changed, really. Not much has changed. I mean, this is what happens on the weekend, Larry. Yeah, and thanks so much. We had like 4 new patrons join last night, this morning. And so, I mean, we're sitting at 645 patrons, all-time highs, of course. I mean, by far. So just thank each and every one of you. Swaki, Mark B, Mr. Sanchez, Tim S, Soup Dragon. Thank all of y'all for joining today. It really means a lot. It is the 23rd best day to join the Patreon. But again, we're going up next month on rates. So if you want to lock in what it costs to be a patron, that's why people are joining so late in the month. Okay, so that's Bitcoin the weekly, the daily, the 4-hour. But how did it all start for Bitcoin? It was the 60-minute, as discussed Friday evening. Or at least brought up to patrons right here. As Bitcoin was at the bottom of that channel. And it was showing classic bullish divergence right around that major support resistance. As you can see, all that's happened from there is the 4-hour bullish divergence began to mature. And now if the 4-hour divergence can really start playing out with some price action, which we're not really getting yet, then that could help usher in the daily maturation of the hidden bullish divergence on the RSI and maybe even the MACD. So really got to get some price action soon. You want to see price action soon just because the stage is set. It is now time for the bulls to take the ball and run according to the charts, right? According to how it works, how we analyze and size up a chart, all right? So that's Bitcoin. All time scales covered. Let's go to Ethereum so I can show you why it's gotten a little bit better for Ethereum, if you can even believe it. Okay, so it was like, it was Dragon-esque. You were kind of like falling out of the channel a little bit. And then something happened. You went and you kind of like tested or made slightly lower lows, about the same. And so you had the MACD divergence like Bitcoin, but then you didn't really have, maybe you had Class C. It was really more so bearish convergence down here. You actually started showing tail end bullish divergence, but you haven't broken the supply line, right? The downsloping resistance. You're very, very close. If Bitcoin gets any price action and actually starts respecting the TA, and running up to the next resistance, which is 11,981, then Ethereum's going to break its supply line, and eventually it could find itself, testing 407 again, and maybe even 416. All right, so things got a little better for Ethereum. S&P mini futures all-time highs. Yeah, the futures have just opened about 17 minutes ago. Let's take a look at it. Yeah, dude, they gapped up. Gee, that gap will fill. It's a nothing burger gap, but top left of your screen, here it is, history. Hey, Nathan, dude, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub, dude. Really, really appreciate that, supporting the stream. Thank you, dude. You get a Discord role, too. So we just hit, for the first time in history, $3,400, chat. Dow Jones Futures, bottom left of your screen, 27,915. And we hit a high of 27,964. Wow, right? NASDAQ, I'm sure, is probably similar. I'm just taking a guess here. Yep, all-time highs, 11,589. Dang, I don't even think y'all can hear that. I don't know, man. My soundboard. Everything just gets screwed up every time I stream, man. With audio levels. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so bottom right of your screen is Bitcoin futures. Hey, man, price was suppressed clearly this weekend, so there wasn't a gap. Congratulations, Bitcoin. No gaps. No problem, man. Let's just see if... It is now time, dude. I mean... You've got all the makings of a varsity athlete across the markets for Bitcoin and altcoins, where the next move's implying up, not down. Up, not down. In the short term. What's up, JD? Thank you, man, for the follow on Twitch. What's up, local dinosaur? Hope you're getting ready, preparing, you know, because trajectory of the hurricane. It is Hurricane Marco now, if you don't know, chat.
All day, every day, I need my TA. Hey King Tendy Mitch, can we check out XLM whenever you finish up with the usual?
Sure, we can. We should look at it next, because Bitcoin's really the main thing. You know, futures are good. We can actually, real quick, look at golds. Win bread stream. Can we get a slice of bread? Thanks for all you do. Thank you for purchasing the merch. Oh, wonderful. Canvas art. I mean, y'all want to see it. It looks so good. What he just purchased, okay? Look at this. We have a wonderful model of merchandise. It's Ninja Girl, a patron. She looks wonderful in her Tia Mitre shirt. And then that's the canvas print right there. High quality, educational, aesthetically pleasing, stylistic, and yeah, it's something you put in your office. She's inquiring about candlestick cheat sheet, Japanese candlestick pattern cheat sheet, chart patterns. That'll be like the next thing we do, just when Wayne gets the opportunity, because he's a busy man. So very good. Thank you, Ninja Girl. I don't know what's going on right now. Oh, yeah, weird. So yeah, that's you can purchase that in the description below if you're on mobile. I mean, you should be able to see like Mitre merchandise on YouTube. So the canvas print definitely looks nicer than the poster. Boom, there you go. So why skimp out for quality? Hey, it's Ninja Girl in the chat. Let's go. Mike's coming in fuzzy on occasion. Hold on, hold on. Hello. Alright, am I staticky? Alright, there were issues at the beginning, but it's fine now. Okay. Oh well. Anyway, so XLM, yeah, we can look at it. Man, just like, you broke the resistance and had a real nice move up, then Bitcoin sells off, and yeah, now you're you're doing similar stuff to like XRP, right? Where you got a range kind of, but dude, I mean, it's like Dash. It's very similar to Dash, where it's giving us a nice wombo combo of like multiple local lows, but on the second local low, you show the sell off, you rally, you make the slightly lower low, and now about the same low. It's like shortening of the thrust stuff going on. It's a Wyckofian term. It's bullish. It just is, it's the identification of sellers getting exhausted. I mean, where you sell, look, I mean, big move down, you rally, you have a decent sell off, and then it's like, but the decent sell off was pathetic because it was just slightly lower, and now you're getting like, oh, now it's about the same low, and you're showing even lower levels of negative Momo. Even higher levels of relative strength, man. So you're just continually diverging 1, 2, 3 here on these bottoms. So, hey, man, if this can hold, then, you know, we know the upside is 13 cents. We've known that. I mean, you don't have to look at the 4 hour to see what's real here. Well, just look, man. A weekly chart. This candle close. That's going to be a bearish engulfing candle to close the week. That sucks. But the good news is where you're topping out, at least there is no buyer exhaustion, right? There's no like impending price action versus the downside yet. I don't know. 4 hour looks good. Weekly is kind of monkey-ass a little bit. I think it's all dependent on Bitcoin too, right? Bitcoin has to do well, or at least not dump majorly for XLM to do anything. Yeah, I can't help the lighting. I have to just get my blinds. I have to reinstall my blinds because too much light. This webcam's trash. It's terrible. I don't recommend anyone get it at all. The Logitech Brio, don't get it. It's a waste of money. Because of this, every day I have to deal with this crap. Reebok, thanks for the sub, dude. Appreciate it. So St. Martin, dude, one of them. Wow, very pretty. Okay, yep, so kind of not good on the bearish engulfing, but that's all you got. You don't have anything else besides this engulfing candle that is saying, oh, we're screwed now. Nope, nothing's saying that. 4 hour looks good, man, and we're gonna go to tandem this to Dash next. I mean, this is it, man. This is like low risk, lowest risk, high reward opportunity in this situation. Because, I mean, yeah, say it sells off again and you fall below 9.6 cents, you're out, you're done. You tried, you gave it a shot, it was developing a low-risk opportunity play, and it just didn't happen. So, I mean, eventually, you just look at it like this, man. Just like Dash. God. And, I mean, your first target is the top. Is this confirmation line at 11.9 cents. Easy. Super easy. I mean, you just size it up like this. Where the entry is, stop loss just below your previous low. And then you don't even worry about it, and you take profit at the top. That's it. It's pretty simple. Because like, if you fall below this low again, the confirmation slightly higher low, you don't want to be messing with it because confirmation lows are real for a reason. Right? They're like signifying a bottom's in. Yeah, accumulation, very quiet accumulation right here from this low to this low. What about these lows? Right? So this is it, man. This is it. You break that, duh, we don't even have to do a measured move of this double bottom because we know 13.2 to 13.5 cents is going to be our second profit taking level. Easy. This is stuff we were doing all day yesterday in the stream. If you missed it, man, you want to go, you definitely want to watch yesterday's stream because so much education was in there, dude. So you got like a 4-to-1 reward to risk and a 6.91 to 1 reward to risk in this situation. This is great, man. This is great. Mail-in Bitcoin futures coming soon. Alex, thanks, man, for the 3 super chat. What just happened? Someone, Matthew D, what's up, dude? Sorry, we were going, man. Put the sticker back on your window. Nice community. Yeah, I know, man. I need to be hip and cool about it. Real cool. But Matthew D, I think you would concur with this. Big time. Doesn't get much better, man. You could apply this to any market, man. Any market, you see something like this, an overwhelmingly bullish trend. You're consolidating after a major breakout for weeks, and all of a sudden, you're showing a second bottom, and they're higher low. Both of those, the second bottom and the first bottom, are both higher lows than the previous local low before it. I mean, that's good stuff, dude. That's not bad. But the thing is, none of it will matter. You will get stopped out on this and every single other asset that's showing promise if Bitcoin dumps. You've got to understand that, okay? As long as you know that, we're good, man. All right. Nothing else we can do here. Nice request. Logo dinosaur. Have your alert set up. It is time to rise or be destroyed. Okay, so let's I don't like this, man. This isn't really I don't know, man. It's kind of spooky here on golds. What's up, Din? Thank you, dude. Follow on Twitch. Right, consecutive lower high, multiple low. I mean, it's a high and a lower high now, and now you're just right again. It's either you're back testing the spring, or you're getting ready to really break it to the downside again. The good news is kind of like bullish divergence convergence here. So I guess you would technically be able to call this low risk because we understand what we're testing right now isn't a joke. You're an inspiration, Mitch. Thank you. Thank you. I wish you'd put your name and then you can put the text below, but so I can identify, who you are and stuff. Thank you, dude. Really appreciate it. Enjoy it. And you're supporting the stream. And you're getting learned, right? So we got this gold double bottoming here on a higher low with the convergence at a critical ice line. Dude, this is such a big deal, man. 1920. You should know it well if you watch stream, if you do TA, right? That's the high from September of 2011. Right, you had a nice rally, you big sell-off, big bearish engulfing candle, you're going sideways at that critical support. So, if we really start catching some bids here, it's very real to believe that hidden bullish divergence will be a thing on the daily. Yeah, we'll see. The previous swing low you had was like back here. So yeah, it'd be like hidden bullish divergence, but remember the lower high, you better be looking out because that's like X, A, B, C, D stuff, right? That could be occurring. So at least we know, right? On gold, it's in an uptrend, but that trend could be in jeopardy because we just painted a lower high. How often do you paint lower highs? You don't. So, and not in bull trends, but so you just think about gold. It's pretty simple, right? You don't even have to you don't have to talk about patterns or anything, right? Entry would be like now, and then a stop loss would just be below the 200 moving average, below the wick from, Friday. The bullish pin bar. That's a textbook bullish pin bar reversal Japanese candle. But and then your first target would just be the previous high from August 18th. 3-to-1, 3.18 to 1 reward to risk. But as you know, it's not that clean because it's had a really, really good run. You've had too many trade setups on the way up. But now lower high. But we've made lower highs before, I guess. And that's why I'm saying, that's why it's it is a low risk area because we're still playing the trend and we know, but we don't want anything to do with gold as a trader below 1920. Nothing, dude, because below 1920 is eventually 1820. You're going to go down $100 if you get a real clean break below 1920. So let's go gold. Make or break time. It really is. Bruh. And your second target, easy. Real easy second target is just 2067. My God, right? So it all depends. Are people going to, the S&P 500 and futures at all-time highs, are people going to really start de-risking? Or not de-risking, but, they'll be risking off. Or risking on, because gold is a risk-off asset, and this, people selling gold because they're like, oh, we want to get yield in the equities market because we're not scared anymore. It's like Macaulay Culkin, I'm not afraid anymore. So screw gold. Let me get in on that Nvidia attendees. It's up, 5,000% in 5 years. Let's go. So that's the question. This trade setup is dependent on what the psychology of market participants are around the world. if people are still scared of the money printing, the money printer going burr, then this should probably hold 1920, and we get a rally again. And then we could form, you know, it's almost like Dragon-esque in a way, right? Where you got a supply line there, X, A, B, C. And then, okay, well then if it's X, A, B, C, and we're going to pivot here, well then here's D. That's D right there, man. So just a little theory crafting on golds. Pretty cool. Not bad. I love slander. People love slandering, right?
Love the TA as always, bro. Any thoughts on Ample? Looking for new entry after taking my profits.
Ample, dude, come on, man. Thought we were friends. Ample to whatever I want. Okay, sure. Kind of interesting, I guess, because of where we are contextually. God. I mean, you're at this freaking ice line. Trying to double bottom a little bit. I don't know if there's an edge though, right? I mean, yeah, I can't even tell. Right there. So you're trying to get above that, what was it? May of this year's ice line. If you can get above that long enough, you might be in good shape. What I like about Ample right now, and I'm just looking at this like I would any asset, right? Is you actually made a slightly higher low August 18th than you did from that low of August 9th. So that is a very quiet amount of accumulation. Harmonic-esque stuff, right? 0x, A, B, C, right? X, A, B, C, D, whatever you want to call it. And you had a rally from there. But it depends, right, on Bitcoin. And another thing, you could just talk about a supply line was broken too, right there. And even back tested, it seems like, and you're out of it. Okay. So if this thing is going to actually make a major retrace, Fibonacci, your moderate retrace zone or your golden zone is between $1.45 and $2.02. So that is, if this thing truly is, you know, that accumulation we've identified, if it's real, and this thing's to actually get back above this critical ice line from May, and it stays above it long enough, I think you could eventually wind up around 145 to 202 on this asset. Okay, that's it. And it all depends on Bitcoin and the trend and all that, right? So, but I don't know. It's a stable coin. So how can it do this? I don't know, man. You're asking. I'm just applying traditional technical analysis to some S coin right now. That's all I'm doing. Still doing TA on Ample. Hey, man. Thanks for telling me what to do on my own stream. You worry about yourself, dude. Everything else will work out. So XLM, great stuff, man. I mean, great potential opportunity. Pray for Bitcoin. Let's go to Dash. Dash, same thing. Same thing, man. Where you got a potential double bottom. $88 is a very critical potential reversal area that you'd only been testing it as resistance for so long, and now it's being regarded not once, but 2 times as support. And just happens to be on the second bottom. You're showing higher levels of relative strength, lower levels negative Momo, giving you like an edge that, hey man, this might be the bottom for now. You haven't gotten that follow through price action yet, which we always need. And we also know, like, you know, between $94 and $98 is a major resistance area too. I mean, that's where a bunch of reversals have occurred. throughout history. So I think like yesterday was a really good low risk entry area, and it's up a little bit, but still hasn't really gone anywhere. And eventually, you know, your first target's $100. After, if you break $100, good chance you'll see 116. But we know your third target will be 133, because between $100 and $133, there's nothing. It's just like straight up, straight down. What's up, Kiki? No, how about this? Like, if someone asks about Ample ever again, I'll just be like, I'm never gonna look at it. Sorry, dude. I'll just do that.
Can you take a look at LU1? Where's the beef?
Beef.
Thanks.
Cattle futures, right? Yeah. Well, I'll show you this, dude. Old cattle, man. TA respected like the Jesus on it, dude. Like, just too perfect. Remember this? Anyone? Huh. Great old falling wedge pattern with triple MACD, triple RSI, bullish divergence. You broke out, you even gapped up. And then what happened? Your old ice line that was once maybe going to be resistance, it became support. Not once, but twice. Since then, we've rallied. 104, another ice line from history, 2017. You're above it. Now you're testing the 200-day moving average, and you're probably, almost certainly, going to back test 104.15 as support. Whether it holds, I have no idea, but that's going to be tested. It's very real. Very, very real. So, I mean, talking about common retraces, it's over, man. It's like 50% retrace. 100% measure move of the falling wedge is hit. It's like played out. It's like a trade on cattle's done. But we zoom out and we can see it's been kind of range bound. You know, we had the cash grab that made us drop below that crazy ice line we'd been in for a long time. But eventually, if 104 holds, then, you know, cattle futures definitely going to end up seeing, you know, around 130, let's say 127 to 130. So that's a big if now. Like, as a trader, it played out, you know. There was also divergence, my God, you know, on the 4-hour tail end divergence. It was perfect, man. It was like, this is why we do this stuff. It's weird. I don't know. Confusing. But yeah, it was like 4-hour and daily. And then the 4-hour and the daily on both also. It's just crazy, man. Like, too many variables. It's like 8 variables right there to make your argument for a long. So I don't see anything right now. Like, at this current time, you're probably back test 104. Cool. And if you hold it long enough, there's a gap fill at 115. You'll probably fill that. And then again, big top of the range, as we've seen over and over and over for 3+ years. 127 to 130. I just say 127 because this local peak from January 8th, man. That's it. Cattle Connect, but it was like, you know, cattle. There were a lot of other commodities showing stuff. Promise. Friggin' soybeans and corn itself, literal corn. Okay, so just we haven't done this yet. XRP, as we did all this analysis yesterday, and we had the divergence on the MACD, just like Bitcoin. We ended up kind of doing exactly what Ethereum did here, where we made kind of like the exact same low, then we engulfed, and it was just like you ended up making higher levels of relative strength. That was like tail end RSI divergence. That's good. But as you can see, clearly no launch yet. Nothing's happened. Where you would think in time, I mean, this is where we get reversals to the upside. But it's all on Bitcoin, man. I mean, I have to keep saying that over and over and over. Trading range, you're near the bottom of it. You're showing some seller exhaustion at the bottom of the range. And we know that we don't want anything to do with XRP, at least in the short term, below 27.185 cents. That's it. We're out if it breaks that.
What's up, Mitch? Can you check out Uber, please? Would love to invest for a long-term perspective. What's your opinion on that stock? THX, buddy.
Sure, we went Uber. That you thought was screwed, and then it was up, you know, right? All the California stuff. Yeah, whereas it started as like a maybe potential inverse head and shoulders pattern, it ended up just being, I guess we're in a rectangle, right? We're in a range. And earnings does that, man. Earnings will kill patterns. It'll make things like, it'll break things. Look, so it was like Uber like this, right? Ran up, he tested the confirmation line and failed. And then, yeah, it was the earnings that killed you, and you've just been selling off until, I guess what was the news broke that the judge is saying maybe they don't have to close up shop in Cali. I don't really know, but as you can see, you can just look at this like a range-bound asset that's now in the dead middle of the range. Okay. Right, so you're range bound between $28 and really like $34. Dude, Johnny, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Really appreciated it. So the whole life of the pattern, or the whole life of Uber is just kind of like, you know, in a downtrend. And the trend would begin to start reversing if you ever broke 38.86, which is that previous high from June 5th. Right? I mean, how do we reverse trends? We have to break our previous major high. Well, first you break supply lines like this one, and then after that you have to break your previous highs, and you have to do it consistently. You can't just break it and double top and dump again. You have to break it and back test it as support for a little while, and then run up to the next one and break that, which is not far away at around $42. And then of course, to really get in a big bull trend, you got to break your all-time high, which was June 19th. I'm sorry, June of 2019. Wow, that was Uber made its all-time high the day that Bitcoin had its buying climax, June 26, 2019. Rated almost $14,000. So just a range-bound asset, but in a downtrend, right? And it's like the impulse down, it's kind of like a bearish rectangle in a way. You get me? So it's not a... We talk about trading and stuff. You want to have the asset be in an uptrend overall. This is not overall in an uptrend, just not yet. Good news is if you test the supply line at 37 bucks again, this might be, well, this right now is a potential partial decline, right? If you don't test the bottom of this structure again, partial decline would be confirmed at $37, and that means we would have a high probability of a breakout to the upside, which would be really cool. So we'll monitor Uber, but that's about it, man. Meh. Not much of an edge right now, and the trend sucks for you if you're trying to be bullish. God, how'd this song get on the... This is terrible, dude. How'd they even get a published song? So I hope y'all are having a good Sunday. Maybe getting ready for the week ahead, which it'll be a good one. We've got the... what is it called? It's a big meeting that went virtual. What is it? Well, Jerome Powell will be there later this week at that symposium. No, Jackson Hole Symposium. yeah, going virtual, and it's just central banks will be talking about what they're gonna do. So it might affect the markets, but again, unless something crazy changes, stonks go up. All stonks go up. Tesla will be mooning tomorrow. I mean, this is unless something changes. You gotta wonder is it tech gonna continue front running this whole market? Or will it be the value plays? Will it be the assets that have been showing good trade setups after being beaten down, like airlines and financial corporations, or energy for that matter? Republican National Convention's also this week. Oh yeah. Yeah, Jackson Hole Symposium, dude. Let's go. I think it's like Thursday though. Yeah, that's nice. Cyber. There you go, dude. Gartley behavior right there. Unfortunately, the PCZ didn't have any divergence, so kind of sucks a little bit. But I think that was brought up by Catterday. You mentioned that to me in a PM private message. Yeah, Alibaba all-time highs. Okay, so we can just look at BAT, which is up 2% today. That's better than everything else. Nothing else is doing that. But it's not able to break a major resistance. Look at the weekly. Here it is, man. The weekly on BAT. Where you tested the April 2019 high where traders settled up, excuse me. God. And no higher, and you're probably not breaking that this week. But just despite the whole macro right now, BAT has been doing exceptionally well. So proud. I mean, about time, dude. God, like holding this asset. It's now better than cash, right? So I mean, like, you know, BAT no trade opportunity right now at all. If anything, it would be like a low risk for a short. But just good luck shorting in these conditions right now until you, like, look, man, we're in an uptrend. Like, whether you think we're exhausted or not, until we start making consecutive lower lows, lower highs than our previous highs and lows on Bitcoin. It's just like you're going against the tide. You're trying to call the top, which is the second tops are the best, not the first ones. Second tops oftentimes are like harmonics, right? Like deep retraces, maybe with bearish convergence or divergence, whatever, on the 4 hour, on that wave. So we don't have it yet. We don't have that bear trend. So it's like still, you know, not going long because there's no value and there's no edge on the market, but also not going short because you could get obliterated if things start going the way the trend has been going for many months now. So, like, sometimes the best action is to do nothing. Really is. All right. So, good luck if if you don't pivot, test 44 cents again. You're eventually going to test the broadening bottoms pattern around 36.89 cents. All on Bitcoin, most likely. Maybe not on this one. Maybe this one's gonna, it's been bucking Bitcoin's price action. You know how that happens. Just certain altcoins will have that happen. You'll just get an injection of liquidity, and there will be so much more money in that asset at that current time that it will not do what everything else does. And that's just been BAT as of late. You can tell. I mean, this whole correction for Bitcoin, or correction, the sell-off since August 17th, BAT's pretty much been inversing it. So, and really the only one kind of doing that. I mean, yeah. Oh, we had EOS we were monitoring. pretty well that was also setting up for higher prices, down 1.2%, right? You can't do most of these altcoins cannot do anything unless Bitcoin does something, man. Yes, Crypto Union, we looked at gold for sure. And just monitoring the futures market where, wow, approaching all-time highs again. You didn't fill that scrub 5-minute gap on any of the different derivatives, but I'm sure in time you will. So just for reference, if you didn't know, or if you don't really care, well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, maybe you just only care about crypto, but if you didn't know, the S&P 500 that's been around for like over 100 years, it broke to all-time highs on Friday, or or last week, and then we had our highest. Traders settled up at their highest point of all time on Friday. Right, not just on the 4-hour, but the daily as well. And your negative momentum on the 4 hours already rounding out again. It's like, what? So here it is. And how crazy is it, right? You had a bearish engulfing candle into a piercing line bullish reversal, and that's manifested into another green candle. So you gotta wonder, is it going to be a blue sky breakout, or is it going to be one of these scrub double tops? I'll just tell you, man, if the S&P 500 actually breaks out and the money printer goes burr and equities keep soaring, and I'll tell you, your first real major target is 3,721, all the way up at the 1.272 fib extension. That's pretty real, man. Look at that. You had bearish divergence, you got negative momentum, and no selling. No selling. Yeah, isn't it crazy, man? Like a corona crash, if you did nothing, you'd be back. Now, my God, I would hope that someone would, if they did nothing, and they would have added at lower prices and also on the way up, that would have been prudent or makes sense. But all those limit down days, I think for it was over a month. Every single morning I went live to cover the opening and all the violence of the selling and buying on a few days. Crazy volatility. Where the VIX hit its second all-time high. So with that, I mean, it's like you'd think we all know what's going on. Like, this is liquidity, sedation of volatility, which makes the bots of all institutions just be investors. They just buy and accumulate, right? So that's why you think, okay, on gold, what's it gonna do, man? Is it gonna hold 1920 as support and go hard, or is it gonna fall below that and drop 100 points? That's the real question. That's the mystery here, man. After showing some distribution. So what, is anyone watching the stream right now? Maybe not. Yeah, we got 1,114 people here. If you're enjoying it at all, you may not. Hit that like button, that bell. That's appreciate it. Helps the channel grow. You get it, right? Yeah, y'all here. Okay, that's cool. Just making sure, man. Right? 1,100 people watching, and you read chat. You look at the chat box, and it's like, am I disconnected right now? On my side, it's hard to tell, right? You sometimes get worried about that, so. We call upon the power of the lurk. Is that what it is? Thank you, dude. Let's look at that. That's important. So we're finally, let's look at the US dollar. That is bounced off the 1.272 fib extension from that previous major low to that previous major high. And there was certainly some divergence in the end, right? From this low to this low, it looks like it. Oh yeah, the divergence on the daily was there. Big engulfing candle on Friday, and not much yet, but I mean today, the new day. So it's also a nice line look from history. Look back here, May of 2015. I mean, you can see the price action correlation after it was created, right? I mean, look at the wicks, and then right here, 2016, 2015. You can see resistance support right there. And that's where you are, you know. If you get above that, you could in time eventually see, you know, 95, 25 to 95, 85. But if you don't hold it, well, look out, man. I mean, not much support below you, really, right? I mean, we could plot trend lines here, but it's like those are, again, only regarding this 93.15 area. They're just correlating to it. So you could have another big, huge drawdown in price if you don't catch many bids. Even though it does seem possible here, we could catch some bids to only make a lower high than previous high and then dump again if the trend is reversed to the downside. Alright? So good luck, US dollar. If you're a Bitcoin fan, you don't want the US dollar to perform well. Pretty much. And gold. $650 patrons is an impossibility, it seems like, at this point. Too late in the month, and we would need 5 more patrons. So, this might be the first stream of the whole month where we don't get a patron live, and that's understandable. I'm just thinking, it's been so great, man. But yeah, I mean, right now, the type of feeling you should be having is there are opportunities across the altcoin market right now only if Bitcoin decides to respect the TA. Respecting the TA meaning if you're in an uptrend and you're showing seller exhaustion on a somewhat significant time scale, and it actually plays out the way the charts are saying, that's respecting the TA. Looking at EOS, unable to respect the TA without Bitcoin. You just can't do it. Look at all the bullish divergence. It was great. It was a great setup. 330 is a big deal. Major support resistance from history. Right here. Right here. Right. 2019 and early 2020. So, you got to stay above that, man. You had a big bullish engulfing candle that got you above it again, and again, you haven't broken the supply line or anything, and that just means it's still low risk, high reward opportunity areas, but it's yet to play out. But nothing ensures that it will play out. It is only we have an increased probability that it would play out to the upside next, not downside. What kind of chair am I using? A Herman Miller Aeron, medium size. To Jesus chair. Yep, just look at the dollar. Yep, all the good stuff's in charts only right now for these opportunities. Stops, entries, exits, all that. So check it out if you haven't, if you're a patron, right? So I guess we can go check up on KNC. There was a trade setup that was amazing. Played out like the Jesus. I mean, too perfect. From beginning to end, it was like a freaking legendary storybook, wasn't it? But now, yeah, look what's happened. You made a low, and now you're making a higher low. And you got this crazy, somewhat almost a dragonfly doji here, reversal, and it's been reversing since.
Hey Mitch, happy Sunday. Is there a relationship between the BND and S&P 500? Seems like bonds are leading the market a bit. Penny for your thoughts.
Well, aren't bonds, that's what literally the Federal Reserve's actually buying, are bonds. So, yeah, I mean, the 10-year, right, is what we always look for. The US 10-year, is that right? That's just been devastated. Right, 63% or 0.63. I mean, that's not good, right? At all. So yeah, equities normally, what, they inverse correlate? Or they correlate. When this goes up, equities normally go up too, but that hasn't been the case. As you can see, we've dumped, and equities are at all-time highs, where the US 10, the bond, 10-year bond has not really gone anywhere since March. But I think the Federal Reserve, again, is like trying to buy this stuff and prop up the markets. Yeah, pretty weird world we live in. And that's like why, hey, gold argument and silver and Bitcoin, you know, real estate. That's why those are all decent assets to own in your portfolio, or one could own in their portfolio. I'm not telling you to do it, I'm just saying, right? We live in really crazy times. I don't know, do the TA, man. Look, there's divergence, man. Divergence on the weekly. Alright, time to moon. If it actually rallies and does TA stuff, then it would go up to 1.379. Okay, and test that as resistance. Sweet. So, back to KNC. You kind of like double bottoming here. Then people would be like, hey man, that's a head and shoulders. If it was a head and shoulders, it would have broken the neckline. Right here. It would have broken the neckline at 150. It didn't. It only made a higher low with the Dragonfly Doji. And it's starting to pivot now. And it's all in Bitcoin. Like, if Bitcoin, I think, doesn't crash or dump hard majorly, well, then KNC is going to float on up and eventually test $2 again. So why don't we have two targets here? That's weird. Two of the same target. There we go. Yeah, you'll probably eventually test $2 again, and then, you know, if the bull trend continues for everything, which it seems very possible by looking at the weekly and the monthly charts of all these altcoins and Bitcoin. I mean, 227 target, and then above that, 250. You just can't ignore an overall uptrend on an asset, and then it shows a bullish Gartley continuation pattern. You just can't ignore that. These can manifest into stupid prices. So I guess we could do it. I do a poll, straw poll, right? Since it's so like ugh right now, well, that's all we can do. Because we're waiting, like we've applied the technical analysis, we put the work in, and now we're waiting for the TA to play out. We're waiting for the follow through price action to occur after the oscillators and the indicators have implied the next moves up. So we wait for that to happen. So, and that being said, we're gonna do a straw poll, and it's like, will BTC respect the TA? You know, price
After
action.
months of lurking with intent, I felt way too guilty for watching anymore without giving a few pennies, dude. Thank you for your high caliber, pro TA, rocket, EPA till you drop in UK for you anytime, clinking beer mugs.
Dang, Jim Bob Mason, thank you for this. The gold mean ratio, the European gold mean ratio, dude. Super chat. Thank you, bro. Well, hey, when I can If I can ever travel to Europe again, maybe I'll take you up on that, but waiting on governments to stop being authoritative. I get it. Oh yeah, COVID. I get it, dude. Yep, terrible. Everyone's screwed. It's COVID. Shut everything down. Shut the world down. Let's just say 11,981. Price action to 11,981. I don't know how to word this. Will Bitcoin respect the TA? Say like divergence. We have to have a target, you know, for the poll. Let's do it. Yeah, that's fine. Price action to 11,091. I think really, because what's going to happen is the 4 hour would usher in the hidden bullish divergence on the daily. That would easily get you to 11,091 if TA is respected on Bitcoin. All right, here it is. Here's the poll. Walmart stock is great. Target's even better though, if you knew that. And then Amazon is like, oh my god, crazy. Here you go, dude. This is y'all, 30 of y'all. Wow. Feels like chat. I still think if you test 11,463, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, it's getting so like terminal now. It's like this, it's time. Like I think, yeah, maybe if you do test 11,463 again, it's gonna be disrespected at this point. $100 votes, meh. So that's 1/11th of y'all, right? I guess we can come back to it. That's... wow. Majority is usually wrong, so wrap it up. Yep, pretty much, dude. T is gonna be disrespected now. So KNC, no problems. Not as clear and concise as a nice trade setup as the others, because it almost looks like head and shoulders, but at the same time, one could argue double bottom stuff. And you got one more re-entry here before it goes. Like, this is it, man. Like, KNC on this higher low. I mean, the next move, if Bitcoin doesn't crash, the next move up on KNC, next move is on KNC's up, not down after what you just did. Why would you pivot and rally and make a lower high, then sell off, pivot, make a higher low, and then begin to reverse to the upside again? It doesn't make sense, like, why it would dump, but again, it would dump if Bitcoin crashed. So KNC is completely fine right now, actually. Uptrend very, very well. Well, BPM far too fast. You don't even get a chance. So you got less than an hour until your daily candle close and weekly candle close. Look on the hits on the gov, man. Bruh. Any other ones, man? Yeah, I mean, XLM was great. That was a big highlight. The ICX had been a killer. It's down 4% now, but I mean, only after doing exactly what it should have done. Once it broke a critical resistance, it went to where the only place where sellers might have asks available, and that's up at that September 2018 high, 73.8 cents. These are not new trend lines plotted. They've been here, man. Bitcoin and alts are in sync. Yeah, well, until Bitcoin starts like playing ball hard and they just start going sideways. I don't know, man. You never know what's coming next on like how altcoins are going to correlate with Bitcoin. when volatility strikes, man, all bets are off. It can wreck everything, or everything can pump with Bitcoin. You just don't know, man. Oh, we're almost at 500 likes. Let's go, dude. 500 like connect. There's that poll, if you care. Meh. Right? Meh. 162. Most of y'all saying yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and say almost everyone said yes on it. Alright. Good luck. So what is not done this yet that could be on the cusp? Look at Engine, chat. All right, gotta talk about it. All right, if Engine holds up, if the trend continues, Engine could have an extreme markup in price where we almost double up. If you're patient. Now, if you're not patient, then just get wrecked. You should go to a day trader stream and never come back. But if you want to be patient and think about it, Engine could be primed for higher prices. Okay, all it's merely done the past 2 weeks, is back test where traders set it up March 4th of 2019. It was once resistance, it became support. Again, for 2 weeks now. So, cuppish with handleish behavior. Not perfect, but you know, you have the price action do this, and then you have sideways movement. Okay, and then we know there's a nice line if you break this. I mean, really what we're above right now is so spectacular because that's the settle up area, not the wick is where price action occurred. I think you break 25 cents, you could see very fast 42 cents. It'd be wild, man. So good luck. Good luck to everyone on Engine. Get your engine, what is it? Engine started or something like that? I don't know.
Hey Mitch, could you take a look at Burford Capital? I'm thinking of a long-term position.
Ouch. Big ouch. Nice divergence, you know. I mean, is it a dragon, man? That seems like some serious technical damage that happened long before, I mean, just before COVID, August of 2019. What happened, man? I don't know about going long on banks that are not in America, especially the ones in London. I think they were neutered in 07, 08, and at least American banks were given back some power. And then I'm pretty sure, like, Real Vision said this, like, yeah, banks in Europe have still, they're devastated. So I don't know, man. Good luck. You know, it's 2013, that's the only low you could fib here from, right? What, how deep are we? Oh god. 88%. I mean, there's value perceived areas, I guess, down here. But man, it's just, you can't catch bids. But yeah, this will be bullish bat stuff, right? Maybe like X, A, B, C, D. So maybe what could happen though, you can get better confirmation. We come back down to test it and double bottom there or something. I wouldn't say there's, besides that X, A, B, C, D stuff, I don't see like a tradable pattern. I think you just might have a channel or something right now, and you did just break it, kind of, right? Yeah, I don't really see, besides the 886 on the weekly. That's the only thing, and it's already, you know, run up since then, and that was like the COVID crash lows, nadir levels, and you've underperformed all index funds across all markets. Yeah, I mean, good luck, man. Good luck if you're doing that. I just prefer finding assets that, you know, will look a little bit better than this. That's it. Thank you, man, for the 618, the golden retrace pound super chat. 42 minutes still closed, chat. I don't know. We've covered what we need to cover in the stream. I don't know what else y'all need from me today. Got a little bit of y'all voting on this. Will Bitcoin respect the TA? Meaning, will price action run up to 11,981 off all this divergence that's occurring on the 4-hour? It was 60-minute and could potentially turn into daily hidden divergence on the RSI.
I'm interested in your thoughts on BTC/NASDAQ. Q3 business is good. Hoping it continues trending higher. Bouncing in the upper 80s, look left greater than $100 plus.
Thank you, Randy. Yeah, of course we're gonna look left for sure. Yeah, it's been a downtrend, but it's been a short term. It's like descending broadening wedge stuff, right? Major multi-year correction. That's okay, because the prevailing trend before was amazing. Look at this, friend Randy. Critical areas, and for the first time since April of 2019, we tested. For the first time ever, really, since we created this supply line, we've tested it and failed. Right, once you hit it, rejected, closed at 87.36. Right, and what does this look like? This looks like Uber almost. God, right? So big. So we could see, if we get a sell-off again, then we'd be looking for that partial decline. Looks like you got class, it's nothing. It's really like a double top with the same amount of positive Momo, a double top with lower levels of relative strength. It all depends, man, right? Like, you've got down-sloping resistance now that is confluent with horizontal line resistance. That's a big area of confluence, right? You see how difficult it is. If you could ever break that, I mean, just above you, you've got to worry about that minor peak. Right, so a lot of resistance, man. It's not going to be easy. And just think about, since the March lows, 154 days, you've appreciated in value 100%. So, tough to be like, oh, there's nice value here on this. Here's your daily. Oh, that other one didn't show up. Crap. That's where you are, man. The whole way up, it almost looks like you just got this continuation of bearish divergence on the MACD. Yeah, I'd be careful here. Just be careful. This is where lots of sell orders are. It really is. Tons of sell orders here. But if you can ever break that, that's extremely good. Very, very good. So what else we look at? Man, is this like a rising wedge of some sort? Maybe not. Yeah, it's nothing, dude. It's not much of any structure, like a Bulkowski pattern or something that I really see. Maybe it was a rising wedge and you've broken it. I'm not worried about a structure. I'm looking at some divergence here at a major reversal area. So there's a probability that a reversal could occur here. But when the reversal occurs, we'd be looking for a higher low and then a pivot and a rally to test again, and that's when we know we'd have a high chance of a breakout. So we're looking for a partial decline here, like a common retrace. Right, I feel a lot more comfortable on this asset if it makes a common retrace down to like the 382, makes that partial decline, and then test this again, because if you do that, it's just a phenomenon that occurs. Like, you have to learn this stuff, and so partial decline, it becomes confirmed once you fail to never test the bottom of the structure again. You pivot and then you test the top of the structure again. You have a 70% chance of a breakout to the upside if you do that. So that's what we're waiting for. We have no edge on this right now. The edge would kind of be bearish. It's kind of like there's an edge for the bears, maybe. Get what I'm saying? Good luck. Money printer could go burr and whatever, man. Sure, that could happen too. Oh, wow. I think we just hit all-time highs on the NASDAQ futures, top right of your screen. You did just hit it, 11,592.75. We're about to be at all-time highs on the S&P mini futures. We're $1.50 away from it. Dow Jones, same story, right? Swaggy man.
Bruh.
Dude, thank you for the merch purse, and thank you for joining the Patreon yesterday, man. Or today, actually. You joined Patreon today. Thank you, Swaggy man. For all the support. Yeah, SXP had a bullish Gartley, I think. And it reversed at that PCZ, so very good. Little T being respected on an S coin, right? Thanks, Randy. So great news. Great start for stocks. Let's see if we can follow through into the evening, into the morning, into the open, into the close tomorrow. That'd be great. So back to Bitcoin. So we've only been here once, and it was the beginning of the stream. As you can see, the golden channel, Gold's channel. Traders have not settled up back inside it since we broke it on August 5th. Very good. Weekly indecision candle. Not engulfing, just indecision. So, I mean, you think two things are going to happen here. Like, there's only the outcome where you think, why are we going to test it twice like this for the first time in history and not get followed the price action to the upside? Why are we confirming to the market that we've made a historical breakout 2 weeks in a row? Why are we going to do that and not go up? Why are we going to test it 2 times and then fail? We know what happens if you break 11,463. Yeah, I know there's 10,952 on the daily, but on the weekly, there's no real support till 10,550. So I think like if the weekly truly broke 11,463, eventually 10,550. So we're talking like almost $1,000 move down. But on the other side of the coin, if we can stay broken out like we have been the past 2 weeks, I mean, the sky's the limit. Like, we could go much, much higher. I think 13,000 is a big target. That's like a big 886 resistance. That's also like a 1618 confluence area. The monthly log scale. Look at this, man. All you've done on the monthly is break out last month. This month, you've back tested the breakouts, both breakouts, horizontal line and down sloping, as support. And you've just had very good follow through price. That was the beginning of the month. So you think 8 days left in the month, if all this divergence starts playing out on Bitcoin, that would, on the 4 hour, and it ushers in the divergence maturation on the daily, then I think we got a good chance of running the upside towards the end of the month. It just all depends on this 4 hour, man. It started with the 60 minute. That played out. It helped the 4 hour start playing out, but we're not getting enough follow through price action yet. So we can't get cocky. All right, man. Well, it happens where you have streams that are crazy. Sometimes they're not. It's the weekend. People are doing things. And hopefully from watching this stream, you understand what's happening, what Bitcoin needs to do, what's being implied as the next move for Bitcoin. We have had an edge, a small edge, and that small edge is implying upside next, not downside. But that is only increasing our probability somewhat, does not ensure that we're going up next, okay? So what I'm going to do is leave you to the rest of your evening to ponder and contemplate. If you want to learn how to identify an edge on the market by yourself, best way to do that, I think, is by joining the Patreon. You'll get trade setups. You'll learn how to trade yourself if you apply yourself, if you want to. And that's it, man. That's the goal of the Patreon, is to help you become self-reliant, self-sufficient as a swing trader / position trader, all right? It also supports the stream. Wow, how crazy is that? So thanks so much for the likes, love, support, contributions. DZAM with the 50 super chat before the stream started. You're amazing. I'll be back. Till next time, respect the TA.
My name is JP. I'm a robot. I like robots. I have a robot vagina.
Adios, turd nuggets.